when Josh almost threw back-to-back picks to start, like he started the game, did you have a feeling for a moment like, oh,
it looked
he
bad.
might melt? Like,
yeah, 1,000%.
So I was like, oh my God. However shaky or whatever I thought Lamar might have been early in Bills-Ravens, Josh looked.
Yeah.
Romo called it out, but then he rallied. It's not the same as the Lamar thing because Josh got away with his mistakes. Lamar didn't. Josh also didn't rally as well as Lamar did in his, but they weren't identical, but they were similar. I thought, this is what I think. I think for the second straight year, Josh and Patrick played in the playoffs. For the second straight year, Josh played a B+ game. And for the second straight year, Patrick played an A+ game. And
straight like
I
that.
I also think this, and this is the tough spot for Josh Allen. I referenced it a couple times, and I want to. This is not me taking a shot. Might do that later at other people, but this is. I just think this is really relevant. Kyle Brandt, who works for the NFL Network, does a great job. Does show with my buddy Schrager, and used to, I don't want to get this wrong, I think used to do a pod with Josh Allen, or just Josh Allen was a very regular guest on his pod. One of the two. But I don't know if Kyle Brandt is a true Bills fan or just really like when I say true Bills fan, I mean, like, I don't know if he grew up rooting for the team or not, but certainly he's a big Josh Allen guy. Big Josh Allen guy. Obviously, nothing wrong with that. After the Chiefs kicked the field goal to go up 3, Kyle tweeted, Josh Allen was put on this planet for this drive. Whatever happens, biggest possession of his life. Well, by that metric, 6 plays, 17 yards, and turnover on downs. That's not great. And I understand. Go ahead, DeMonze. You want to say something here? I can see it in your face. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I mean, he did. It was with 4th and 5. He heaved the ball. He got it down to there. He got it down there to Kincaid. I think he did do the best he possibly could have done on that final drive. Like with, I mean, the blitz got to him immediately. He heaved it up, leaning back.
Let me push back on you. Can I change one word in your statement?
Okay.
He did the best he could have done on that final play. I'll agree with that. Not that final drive. First down on that drive, sails it over whoever's head. Almost got, that was like his 3rd worst pass of the day. Second down on that drive, basically skips it to Curtis Samuel. Now you're in 3rd and 10. 3rd down on that drive, made the right play, but now you're in 4th and 5. 4th and 5 is hard. You're right that on 4th and 5, given the fact that the blitz got there immediately, now I'm not smart enough football X's and O's to determine who's right between the former quarterbacks and the former offensive linemen and the fake scouts on Twitter who are all arguing about that 4th and 5 play. There's a whole tornado of argument about Josh screwed this up. He should have thrown there. Actually, there's nothing you can do. It's Spag's brilliance. Actually, he slid the protection the wrong way. I don't know. I don't know if he should, like, is it his job to know the blitz is coming from there? Is it just, I don't know. So set everything that happened before the snap on the 4th and 5 aside. Set it all aside. Once the ball is snapped and the Chiefs are in his face immediately, he's one of 2, maybe 3 guys on the planet that could have delivered a pass that gave his receiver a chance that accurately. And that, so the 4th and 5 play, he did as all he could do. I don't think it's fair, and I think you'll agree with me. I wouldn't call that a drop by Dalton Kincaid. I think that would have been a great catch. I don't think that was, you know what I mean? That's not
difficult catch. I mean, difficult ball to catch, but it got there. It's just
it got there. No, it got there. So yes, he absolutely on that play did all he could do, but on that drive he did not. And it is now if we are going from 30,000 feet, this is 2 years in a row. The Bills have had the ball. Patrick Mahomes has been on the sideline. They have been down 3 points. And they have had the opportunity to end the game, by scoring a touchdown, if you can drain the clock, get in chip shot field goal range, score immediately. You have a lot of, the world is your oyster. And 2 years in a row, they've come away with 0 points. Now, last year we can be like, Bass missed the kick. He did. It wasn't a chip shot. This year we can say Dalton Kincaid didn't come up with the catch. That's correct. It would have been a difficult catch. But
McDermott, I think this is a coaching.
Go ahead.
Coaching thing as well. Like on the last play where Mahomes, like where they ended up getting to kneeling at the end of the game. I think that's a coaching thing as far as the tush pushing. I think there's a better way to line up with it. But on the 3rd and 9, I just don't understand when they just need one more first down to win the game, how you allow that to be open. Like
that's sure, and that's obviously not on Josh. I get it. All of that's true, but what's also true is this: if you're big, and this is where I'm not killing him. I thought he played a B+ game. You fumble the ball 3 times, recover all 3. That's good luck, but that such is life. That happens. If your biggest fans and supporters say, this is the biggest possession of your life, and you complete one pass and get 17 yards, it's not ideal. It's not. 3.5 minutes, all 3 timeouts, down 3 points. And this, again, I think he's the second best quarterback in football. I've said that all year. I think he's the second best quarterback in football. But the 13-second game, nothing Josh could do. Nothing. They scored 36 points. He was a man on fire. He leaves the field with his team up 3 and 13 seconds left. He never touches the ball again and they lose. That's a true nothing you can do game. This game, I don't feel it was nothing he could do. I feel the initial failed 2-point conversion from a yard out, which was a failed tush push. I think the 4th down, failed tush push. I think the fact that they came out of the gates shaky and went 3 and out and then only got a field goal after. I think all of that is, what kind of led us down this road. Now, they could have won. So I'm not killing Josh Allen, but this was on. I'm being told Kyle's a Bears fan. Okay, thank you. But this was another chance for a moment with Mahomes on the sideline. And I don't know how many of those you can expect to get when you've now had more than any player in league history against another quarterback without winning one of them. So again, last year, the situation prior to the field goal was this. 1st and 10, 2:40 left. Okay? And at the 27, At that point, there's a real chance if you manufacture this drive correctly, you can get a touchdown with the Chiefs having no or very little time left. So, and first down, they run it for a yard. Okay, nothing to do. Now we're at the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 9. Josh, if you remember the play, takes a deep shot over the middle to Khalil Shakir and had a guy open in the flat that almost certainly would have gotten you the first down. And then 3rd down, they got the immediate pressure on Josh. He threw it away. That was Chris Jones owning that matchup. He threw it away. And 4th down, you're kicking a 44-yarder with a shaky field goal kicker. Is that Josh's fault? No. But did he have an opportunity to vanquish the Chiefs in his building without Mahomes potentially having a real chance to respond? Yeah. And he was just not quite good enough. This weekend, again, the situation is pretty simple. The Chiefs, the defense did its job. They held Kansas City to a field goal. They got the big sack. 1st and 10 at the 30. Ty Johnson for -1 yards. 2nd and 11 from the 29. Josh scrambles for 13. And now we've got a 1st and 10, 2:25 left. Ball at the 42. Allen sails it over Shakir's head. Allen dirts one to Curtis Samuel. And now you're in 3rd and 10. 5 yards to Amari Cooper. Chiefs bring the house. Not even bring the house, bring 5 guys. And it's turnover on downs. Not killing him. But that's not right now. Josh is a great player. Not coming through in those moments, you're still a great player. But when you're trying to beat the greatest player, when you're trying to be a legend, you have to come through in those moments. And maybe you will one day. We're now without precedent. Nobody's ever been 0-4 against a quarterback in the playoffs, quarterback versus quarterback. Everybody thinks, oh my God, Tom Brady owned Peyton Manning. You know how many times Tom Brady beat Peyton Manning in the playoffs in his whole 20-some year career? Twice. 2 times. Tom won the first 2. Peyton won the last 3. In a fact that will blow people's minds, Peyton Manning has a winning playoff record against Tom Brady in his career. 4 is a lot. Ask me a Bills follow-up, DeMonte, and then we can get to this other stuff.
Do you think the Bills need to make any significant changes in order to hang with the Chiefs, or should they just keep running it back?
I mean, the only significant change you make is the coach. And I don't think you can. Now, Bill Barnwell was joking when he said this, but Bill Barnwell had such a great galaxy brain take. He said it specifically, don't aggregate me on this. I'm not serious. So don't aggregate me talking about him, aggregators. But it's such a hilarious take. You know who he said the Bills should hire as their head coach? Who? Said Steve Spagnuolo. Just to decimate the Chiefs, to get all the secrets,
okay.
And that, I'm like, bad. Okay. I mean, that's outside the box. Here's the thing. I don't think there's any major changes to make. I would say this. You got to draft a little better. And this is where this Chiefs-Bills sports story is such a amazing one. So, and I'm the only person that cares about this, I know. But I do care about it. The Bills traded the Chiefs Patrick Mahomes. Nobody likes it when I say that. Nobody seems, for some reason, the Red Sox trade the Yankees, Babe Ruth. It's one of the biggest sports stories for 100 years. There's the curse of the Bambino. One team always wins, one team never gets back, and everyone agrees, yeah, they traded the greatest player ever to their rival, and they got cursed for it. The Bills traded the Chiefs Patrick Mahomes on draft day. They were on the clock, could have drafted him, needed a quarterback, didn't. The Chiefs trade all the way up from the late 20s to jump up and get him because the Saints are going to draft him. And everyone's like, oh, well, it all worked out for both parties. The Bills got Josh Allen the next year. I don't want to be a jerk. It didn't fucking work out for Buffalo. Anything where it's like you traded away Patrick Mahomes and he ends you every year, it didn't work out for you. So that happened. Then 3 years later after the Chiefs traded away Tyreek Hill to Monze, they need secondary help. So do the Bills. The Bills are about to be on the clock. The Chiefs trade up in front of Buffalo to draft Trent McDuffie, who is a two-time All-Pro, one of the best players in football, at corner. The Bills then draft the next corner, who is Kyer Elam, who, if you know that name, it's because in the AFC Championship game, Tony Romo was like, oh no, Benford got hurt. Now they have to play Kyer Elam, and he's just getting cooked. So that one draft day trade by Brett Veach might have flipped either of these two games. Where if the Bills get an All-Pro and the Chiefs get a bottom-of-the-roster guy, instead it's flipped because draft day trade. And then despite all of that, this year on draft day, the Bills are on the clock. And the Chiefs call them. Like, hey, sure would like that pick. Bills are like, pleasure doing business with you. And the Chiefs take Xavier Worthy, who has 100 yards and a touchdown in the AFC Championship game. The Bills take a wide receiver as well, Keon Coleman, who has awesome coats and is a great quote, but at 12 yards. And so, yes, it's Patrick and Josh, but it's also Brett Veach running circles around this team. It's every little piece. So draft
Sneaky
a little better.
Part of the story or the lore, whatever you want to call it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.